I'm so excited. Yuffie is finally here, and today we're gonna do an in-depth review of all her kit. Starting from the banner, let's look into the weapon. Arctic Star does physical attack increase mid, it can heal, and also it buffs herself physical attack as well. In the best case scenario, it goes up to high, it heals, and then it buffs herself mid. Wow, so this means that okay, if you apply yourself again, it goes up to high. So with 4 ATBs, we have 2 units, one in high, one in mid. Then we apply again, and then we have the other unit also high, and herself also high. So the whole party with 8 ATBs is buff with physical attack. This is really interesting. In Halloween, we got the lamppost, and now in January we have the evolution of the lamppost. Like, you know, this is the meta. The meta is weapons that do two things, and in every iteration they do things better and better and better. And here we go. Let's look into the R ability. The new R ability, buff and debuff extension. With just 1 point you get 10%, but then with 36 points you will get 150%. So if I read this correctly, that means that in the best case scenario, where you have overboost 10, you have 75 seconds where you can use 2 units, you know, at full DPS, physical attack, high and mid. This is really interesting, and it screams ranked to me, because in ranked you have the best teams that we have seen are teams where they focus on doing full DPS so that you don't get hit and you save as much ATB as possible. ATB management becomes super important to get the upper hand against your competitors. So yeah, this screams ranked. It screams good. Let's look into the second weapon before we proceed. Ultimatic it has 566. Ooh, and it does 1040% physical non-elemental damage. Now we have, this is the highest hitting weapon. This is the highest weapon on DPS, without counting Sedan Sword, of course. In the past it used to be Sonic Striker, and now it's Ultimatic, 1040%, a new breaking record. Also the other abilities are quite good. 54 and 36 is quite good, because with 54 you almost get the max, the level 7, and 36 is really good as well because it's 60%. So then you can build around that. You can bring Killer Hornet, you can bring Sedan Sword, you can bring Man Minute, and a few other things, and then you have like all the maybe physical attack 7, and boost physical ability potency 7. Potentially you can get that. Oh, and also, you know, following the meta, it does two things. It breaks Circle Sigil, and also it breaks Cross Sigil. This is really nice. Let's continue with Yuffie weapons then. 4-point Shuriken does, in the best case scenario, 350% physical to all the enemies. It has a crit rate of 10%, and it decreases physical attack mid. So this is useful, but we have already Kuya's Spirit Blade, which does this and does it better, so not breaking record. Now Boomerang does 510%. It decreases fire resistance up to high. Sorry. Wow, this is top stuff. This is the Bald Eagle, but for fire situations. This is really situational, but really good. This next one is Pinwheel, the Pinwheel rotation. This does 320% physical. Well, let's look in the best scenario. 510%. Ice resist is decreased high. So this is the Bald Eagle. It's exactly like the Bald Eagle, but the R abilities are different. Boost HP 40, boost ice potency 36 are really useful to have, especially for those like ice teams. It could help your Sephiroth, or it could help your Tifa. Very situational and very good. Now Razor Ring, it reminds me of Sheena, the warrior princess. It deals 520% magical earth damage. Okay, so this is like the one from Aerith. boost 27 points. Okay, not really high, but 48 points on Earth potency is quite high. This is really good. Okay, fascinating. Now, continuing with that, Crystal Cross does magical attack increase, applies regen, and applies a little bit of healing, boosting magical 40 and boosting ability potency 36. Okay, so this is like Garnet roll from Aerith. I never like this kind of weapons because they are not really in the meta per se. Like, the meta will be they apply magical attack plus magical attack to herself, following what we have seen here. So investing in these weapons is temporary. Well, all the weapons, investing in all the weapons is temporary. But on this one, I'm not really convinced because you need to do. It's really costly. 40 TVs here, then 40 TVs there, then another 40 TVs. Yeah, it takes too much time. Wind Slash. Okay, another one. Focus on elements. Wow, this is like the evolution of that one from Red 13. So thunder resistance is decrease high, 510%, boost physical attack, and the buff and debuff extension 36 points. So really good as well as a sub weapon. Boomerang was boosting our fire potency 36. Pinwheel the ice potency, but this one it doesn't buff the thunder potency, but this new R ability, really interesting. Twin Viper, 510% physical. It applies poison, okay, but yeah, I'm not convinced. Like I don't think bosses will be weak to poison. I think this weapon is like, yeah, nah, not really good. Attack 40 is not surprising. 36 limit break. Limit break is one of the most useless abilities because it doesn't work with summons. So anyhow, Spillar Shuriken 800%. This is huge. This is like the Holiday Gloves from Tifa. Actually, exactly the same. Physical attack plus ice potency. This is fantastic. So she can be your ice DPS, and also she can buff herself with this pinwheel. So you could combine both, or you could combine even better Arctic Star plus then okay, Spillar Shuriken. Oh, Shuriken, date bayo. Nice. Magic Shuriken deals wind damage, physical damage as well, 520%. So all her weapons apart from this one are physical. Well, this one boosts magical. Yeah, so she's like a physical DPS, another physical DPS. So we continue the trend of being physical. That means that probably the next unit that we are gonna see is going to be magical, I think. So the tier list for me will look like this one. So we have, can you see this properly? We have Arctic, the weapon of the banner is S tier. Then the first situational weapons like 4-point shuriken, for example. Nah, I don't think it's like A. It's more like a B because yeah, it can be replaced. Well, actually, yeah, we could consider this as A because buffing extension is really good and it could work as a sub weapon. Situational though, not really like a primary weapon or a secondary weapon. The other ones are way better. Boomerang, Pinwheel, and the Thunder thingy, Wind Slash. Yeah, really like A tier for sure. And the other one, the Crystal Cross. Yeah, A tier because in a way you could, even though it's really slow, it is better than the other ones. Now, the Quake one and the Shuriken. Yeah, Shuriken. Actually, I put it like a B, but realistically it's like A tier because it does a lot of damage. Yeah, it's definitely more than a B. And then C ones, I put the other two, basically the other magic shuriken, because yeah, why 520 physical wind damage? Yeah, really situational. Okay, it's to all enemies. So yeah, okay, because if it's to all enemies, it could be a B. It's not really a C. but then this one is definitely a C because I think all the bosses are immune to poison. So realistically, you are just doing 510, boosting attack 40. So only one we wouldn't see. So I will move this one to a B or maybe even an A because it's like focusing on all units. So really good options. Now looking at the unit herself, Bloodfest deals DPS, so okay, like a normal, not surprising limit break, but then Clear Tranquil is okay. This is it also screams ranked to me. This is really interesting. It buffs physical attack mid, but it could go up to high if you have some buffs already. If magical attack is increased also, regen and healing 30%. Wow. Okay. This is a lot. This is a lot because Tifa was healing 47, 50%, something around those lines with the weapons, not with limit breaks. But this is the first limit break that actually buffs our attack. No, this costs money. I'm not gonna do that. So overall, what are my that has changed. What are my thoughts overall about the unit? Well, I think she can be really good in for whales. For whales that are looking to get the upper hand in rank, I think she could be really good. But we still need to see more outfits. We haven't looked at the outfits. Let's look into that without further ado. So details. It does HP. Okay, yeah, it continues the trend of buff and debuff extension. Of course, with 10 points you get 40%, which is great. Let's do some draws while we think about what we have here. This one is free, so I think she could be good. What do you think? Are you going to pull for Yuffie? Are you gonna play with her? Are you like? Do you like her background and her story, and it's like a unit that you're interested about? Me personally, it's not one of my fave units. I'm really excited that we have new units. That for me is great because we're getting closer to Sid and Vincent and maybe Angel or Genesis. We will see. Ooh, nice. Let's get the FIBA. Oh man, it's like 4 a.m. here. So yeah, excuse my energies today. Um, wow. Let's see. Okay, Glenn, the new DPS. Rest in peace. Fantastic. Really nice. Um, right. So those are my thoughts. Should you put on the banner? So then I think the banner is good for a few reasons. The banner is good because if you want to play with Yuffie, if you want to make her your main, you have one strong reason to play with her, which is it could be the replacement for, well, what I can tell is that Lucia, rip Lucia, because right, Lucia was good for Bald Eagle and for Quake. She doesn't steal the place of Quake. She doesn't have weapons that do that, but she steals the place of Bald Eagle with Pinwheel. So in a way, she's better option than Lucia, I think. Um, but at the same time, she's really good for you know to play with Cloud in the new Fire God setup, and also really good to buff like a Cloud or a Sephiroth or both. So very interesting. I'm not gonna pull for her just yet. I need to think about the whole investment because this weapon, if you don't get the overboost 10, you still get potency mid and potency mid. And also, what will be her second weapon? It will be really situational, right? So then you will need to invest on a secondary. The secondary could be, for example, for fire, could be this one. But probably, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what will be the secondary that could work. Maybe is this one? Ice ninjutsu, like the Spiller Shuriken. Um, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced. Definitely, it wouldn't be Crystal Cross, right? Because your primary weapon will be Arctic Star, and then your secondary, what will it be? Well, then we're thinking like maybe you need three more weapons: Boomerang, you need the Pinwheel, you need the Wind Slash to get the most out of the different encounters. Or maybe you play with 4-point Shuriken and then you get another like 15, 16, 17 points on the, this one is secondary, so then you get even more buffs. Maybe that could be the option, and then you decrease the attack of all the enemies. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, the good thing is that none of these weapons are limited, so you have time to think about. So let me know in the comment, what are you going to do? What are your thoughts? And yeah, as I always say, if we share our thoughts, we can learn together, we can become better players together. And this is it. This is it for today. My name is Pliyo. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate you. And if you like this type of content, as I always say, please throw a like, subscribe. Let's continue the conversation in the comments. Until the next time, cheerios. Bye bye.